So what is FRS Hurtbox Shifting? FRS Hurtbox Shifting is basically manipulating the direction of the squat animation of your FRS to avoid attacks from monsters. Even though this is small and simple adjustment, it makes a huge difference when fighting monsters. As you can see, I'm just turning my FRS around to shift my hunter's body away from the attack. You will need to do this in some scenarios, otherwise you'll just get hit by the monster. This tech helps correct bad positioning and helps you gain extra distance to avoid attacks when charging an FRS. You can see in these examples, if you do a standard lazy FRS after rolling, you will end up getting hit by the monster. Sometimes that small distance created by turning your FRS around straight after rolling is crucial for safely landing your attack. You're probably wondering, okay, so how do I do this? Well, if you are a mouse and keyboard user, you probably do this without noticing, as the inputs are very easy.
But what the hell, boy?
As for my fellow controller players, yeah, it's kind of input heavy, as it requires a 5-button input straight after rolling. It looks daunting, but don't worry, I'll teach you how to properly do it. So straight after pressing left stick forward and A to roll, let go of the left stick and quickly move your left thumb to the right joystick whilst pressing down on the other 4 buttons simultaneously with the rest of your fingers. Just make sure you hold the right stick, aiming it towards the direction of where the monster was going to hit you. In most cases, this will turn your hunter's body away from the monster's hitbox. It might be uncomfortable at first, switching grips like this, but it will be worth it once you build the muscle memory for it. Or you can go invest into a good pro controller with extra buttons and paddles if it makes it easier for you. It might help tweaking your camera settings so your focused horizontal sensitivity is slightly higher than your normal one. You can copy my personal settings if you want. So, some of you may have wondered when stumbling upon some Switchaxe speedruns, why do they bother turning their camera around before they do a counter? Well, the answer is simple. It is to pull their hunter closer to the monster. You might not know this, but during the counter animation, your hunter actually pulls back before moving slightly forward to do a double slash. This sometimes messes up your positioning by pushing you away from the monster when you want to be closer to them. So this is where reverse countering comes in. If you start the counter animation with your back towards the monster, you can actually use that backwards momentum to pull yourself slightly closer to them. The difference in distance may seem small, but that small push from reversing your counter can help you position better towards the monster and sometimes even phase through the monster's attacks to access another part of their body. Looking at these clips, if you reverse counter some of Uthduna's moves, your hunter can phase to the side of him, which is generally a more safer position than fighting him from the front. And with Gore, if you just counter some of his attacks facing forward, you might only receive 1 hit with your counter. However, if you quickly reverse the counter, you can get both hits and position yourself closer to him. This tech can be done in 2 ways. The easy way, which involves letting go of focus mode, then facing your character towards the opposite direction before pressing counter, and then quickly go back into focus mode to turn your character back around facing the monster. This is probably the most preferred way to reverse counter, but it relies on having your hunter to be actionable to turn around the counter. So if you are stuck doing an attack, you might not have any time to turn your character around. And this is where the harder way of executing reverse countering shines, because you are able to counter after any sword swing without the need of manually turning your hunter around by letting go of focus mode. This method of reverse countering is harder because you have to quickly swing your camera behind you and input a counter to turn your hunter's body around. Unfortunately, on controller, this method is awkward, like the FRS Hurtbox Shift tech, because again, it requires your left thumb to leave the left joystick and to quickly snap to the right joystick to aim your counter backwards. So to do this tech properly, after the end of your attack, make sure to hold down focus mode, then quickly let go of the left stick and shift your left thumb to the right stick to swiftly guide the camera looking behind your hunter before you hit counter. As soon as the counter hits, you have to quickly reset your thumbs back on the joysticks and push both sticks forward. Reverse countering in general is already kind of situational in its usage. Most of the time you'll find yourself just doing the easy method over the harder one, so don't get so beat up if you can't perform the harder method. But if you do want to learn the harder method of reverse countering, I recommend practicing the inputs in the training room while weaving in sword hits to build the muscle memory for it. You'll know when you executed the tech properly if your hunter's body barely moves away from the training box. So naturally, when you do a spiral slash in axe mode and try to go back into sword mode, your hunter is forced to do a rising morph double slash. Although this is a decently strong move to use, it is a bit slow and grounds your hunter in their current position. So this is where double slash canceling comes in, where you can actually skip the double slash animation and go straight into a single running slash instead. So if you do a double slash cancel into FRS, you can see that you can save yourself a couple of frames and make your hunter actionable slightly faster and grant you extra distance so you can position yourself closer to the monster. Double slash canceling can also help your hunter skip straight into performing their rising loop combo faster instead of waiting for that slow animation to finish for rapid morph users. Yes, this tech may only save a couple of frames when performing a FRS, but those frames saved could mean life or cart when trying to get your damage in time and making your character actionable fast enough to dodge or counter the monster. In this Steve example, if you performed a double slash cancel before inputting an FRS, your hunter is able to dodge Steve's attack in time and survive this interaction. Double slash canceling mainly shines in those tight situations, when you immediately downed a monster with an FRS and you need to quickly load in another one before they try to get back up. This is another example with Udra, where your hunter can have a higher chance of dodging his next attack when they stand back up, because you skipped the rising morph double slash animation. In these last examples with AT Arkfeld, if your hunter gets stuck at AT Arkfeld's right wing after downing him with an FRS, you can quickly use a double slash cancel to reposition yourself closer as left wing and attack it to prepare for another part break. And as mentioned previously, you can use the tech again to skip straight into your rising morph combo whilst able to properly reposition yourself to hit other parts of the monster. This just showcases the repositioning and fast comboing capabilities this tech has to offer when used properly. Okay, so I promise this tech is way easier to execute than the previous ones I've showcased. It only requires properly timing a right trigger input on an easy visual cue that I'm about to show to you. So to do a double slash cancel, after performing a spiral slash, make sure to hold down focus mode and hold forward on the left joystick. Then pay very close attention to your axe. When the axe starts coming down and starts tilting horizontally, quickly press the right trigger while still holding down focus mode and the left stick forward to execute the tech.
Success!
Did you know that your FRS can actually attack from this far? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That is what I like to call a magnet FRS, because when your hunter is positioned far away from the monster and you aim your FRS on a specific part in focus mode, your hunter closes the distance and magnetically glides towards the monster to attack. This tech saves you the trouble of rolling up to the monster to FRS and can set up creative punishes from a distance. This tech is very easy to execute and only has two conditions to be performed. 1, your hunter needs to be at a range from the monster, and 2, simply place your focus mode reticle on top of the monster part you want to pull yourself to. just make sure the monster part you're aiming at is isolated. Meaning if there is even a bit of terrain, a wall, or another monster part like a wing slightly blocking the monster part in your radical, for some reason, your hunter will fail to perform a magnet FRS. You can see this in this radal clip, where the hunter will fail to do a magnet FRS to the head because the wing was clipping in and out of the reticle.
Oh no!
Axe item comboing is a very simple but effective tech that I think a lot of Switchaxe users tend to overlook it. As you know, most of us Switchaxe players need to fit in a sharpen somewhere in the hunt, as our weapon slots leave us no option to invest into skills like Master's Touch or Razor Sharp to keep our sharpness at maximum. So that's why I think optimizing your sharpening opportunities is important, and this tech helps with this problem. So instead of sidestepping after your attack and inputting a sharpen, you can actually save yourself a couple of frames by comboing the sharpen straight after some specific axe moves. The axe moves that you can combo items with include the Spiral Slash, the Double Axe Slash, and the Axe Finisher on a Focus Strike. These moves are the best for item comboing because they have very little end frames when the attack completes, so when the move is finished, you can go straight into the sharpening animation. It also even works for slinger ammo, like flash pods to knock the monster out of the sky, and lure pods to stop monster limps. And finally, to execute this tech, just simply input spam the radial item or slinger at the end of the 3 axe moves I've showcased, and your hunter should skip straight to the animation. So our final tech I will be showcasing is axe dashing. Axe dashing is basically utilizing the move overhead slash to reposition your hunter or to dodge incoming attacks from monsters. This single move basically does it all, and in my opinion is what makes Wild Switchaxe. This move can be chained after any sword hit. It can be aimed omnidirectionally, it keeps burst and max might up, it can help chase down monsters to retreat, and the list can just go on and on. I strongly recommend pairing this with Rapid Morphidry. You can still have the benefits without it, but it makes the weapons satisfying, fast-paced, and fluid if you pair them together. So to use this move properly, at the end of any of your sword attacks, make sure to let go focus mode, then hold the left joystick to whichever direction you want your hunter to go in before pressing right trigger and B. Also, you can actually turn this move back around if you go back into focus mode during the axe dash animation. Once you start to get the feel for this attack, you can come up with some pretty crazy movement options against monsters without the need to dodge. You have to treat this move as your new roll button. If you are not actively setting up for an FRS or iframing an attack, you should be using this move to reposition your hunter. The movement options on axe dashing is very strong, and is one of the reasons why I think rapid morph builds are superior, because they can utilize axe dashing more efficiently than power prolonger builds. That can be a topic for another video, but you can clearly see how fluid and free the weapon plays when this move is paired with Rapid Morph 3. And that's all, folks. I hope this video was educational for all you young Switchaxe users trying to get into the weapon. There is still some more techniques that I can show you, but these are the main ones that you should try learning to level up your Switchaxe game. I might make you guys a part 2, but we will have to see. Happy hunting, everyone! I hope you all enjoyed.